Creativity. It's a concept that fascinates us all and is one of the hardest topics I discuss. As designers, it's something we are faced with every day and is something that is highly sought after. In design industries, creativity is seen as like a source of power or a type of prestige that ultimately allows us to work on great projects. So what makes us creative? Where does it come from? And is there a way to get more of it and increase it? In this video, I'll be answering a question from Rana Sarmad, who asks, how would you compare creativity to experience? And does more experience mean more creativity? Well, to answer this question, it will help to discuss the differences between creativity and experience and the synergy they have in order to develop your potential and harness your creativity to be successful. So what is creativity? Now, when we think of creativity, it's easy to think of the traditional stereotypes such as playing an instrument, drawing, painting, sculpture, and writing, to name a few. After all, they are called the creative arts. But there is so much more to creativity than these stereotypes. I believe creativity is a force of nature. It's an energy, a light we all have inside us. It is in our nature to interpret and understand the world around us and transmit it back out into the world in our own way. Make no mistake, we are all creative. To be human is to be creative. We are creative every day with our dreams, our spontaneity, our imagination, our conversations, our thoughts, our choices, and our actions. You can be creative right now and leave a comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. So if we're all creative, then why are we all not artists and designers? Well, design and art is applied creativity. To create art and design is a conscious act and a choice to think and work towards a creative goal and make conscious decisions. Now, not everyone is interested in or compelled to be consciously creative. So how does that differ to experience? Well, unlike creativity, which is in our nature, experience needs to be stumbled upon, sought after, and acquired. When considering experience, it's important to note the difference between professional experience and life experience and how creativity relates to both. Professional experience is everything you learn on the job. The way you deal with clients, the methods you use when approaching a project, and your design process. These are all developed as you learn and gain professional experience and progress in your career. In contrast, life experience is everything else you learn in life. This could come from the relationships you form, mistakes you make, the values you hold, circumstances, the opportunities you choose to take, and acts of creativity you perform and practice. Ultimately, professional and life experience will become a never-ending cycle and fuel each other. For those starting off in their creative career who often lack professional experience, it will help to keep in mind how one sees their own creativity and how it will need to be harnessed in a professional capacity in order to be successful. Now, professional experience will not make you more creative. It will simply make you more focused and appropriate. However, life experience can inspire and power your creativity. Without life experience, we have no memories, no knowledge, no information, no experience of practicing, nothing to react to, no ingredients to base our creativity on, and without professional experience, we can lack the ability to shape our creativity into practical solutions. Think of creativity as your potential and your light. If you can draw, good. You're a brilliant painter, amazing. You've got a knack for coding, awesome. You're a master in Photoshop, great. You can come up with profound ideas, brilliant. If you are any of those things, then you may be able to shine pretty bright. But all these skills really offer is a degree of potential. I have seen so many creative and talented people in my time who have shone really bright, though have been unsuccessful in a professional capacity for a variety of reasons. They don't choose to go professional, they don't know how to capitalize on their creativity. Lack of professional experience can leave one a bit naive. They struggle to channel their creativity for a specific goal. They lack experience and initiative, and they lack consistency. Now, if you want to be creative in a professional capacity, it's professional experience that opens doors to where you want to go, because to be successful requires a lot more than creativity. Young and inexperienced designers will typically have a lot of creative potential and perhaps some life experience, which is encouraged in school or university. Though in the professional world of design, you will need skills and experience to apply your creativity they might not have taught you in school, like discipline, judgment, and how to channel your creativity to solve specific problems. It can be difficult for new designers to do this in a professional capacity, because they won't have worked on many projects, especially big projects with a wide scope of problems to be solved. Think of life experience as your journey and your power. Life experience is incredibly valuable because it ultimately fuels your creativity. Life experience is the ingredient that inspires our creativity and includes things such as listening and learning, reading and research, the act of practicing your craft, making mistakes, visiting art galleries or museums, traveling and experiencing culture, listening to music, using our imagination, experiencing emotions, meeting different people, thought-provoking conversations and debate, watching movies, and challenging yourself and others. Each of these life experiences provides us with an opportunity to develop, diversify our thinking, and build skills. They present us with an opportunity to grow and experience new ideas, perspectives, and challenges that we may not otherwise have had. If you want to be more creative, I would recommend you seek out more life experience over professional experience. Why? Because this ultimately inspires our passions, interests, our direction, and our creative light. Keeping this life experience in mind, we use our desire and energy to create, to express these newfound thoughts, feelings, and perspectives. When it comes to applying this in a professional capacity, it's how well we are able to channel our life experience through our creativity and use it as inspiration to produce creative solutions for a specific purpose that determines our success. Think of professional experience as the pathway and your torch. Professional experience is also valuable because it ultimately focuses your creativity and includes things such as collaboration, criticism, teamwork, focus, and process. Professional experience is not creativity. It's more practical. It's simply knowing how to channel your creativity to meet briefs and solve specific problems appropriately. Let's take the design process, for example. A design process is typically practiced, tested, and harnessed over years of professional experience. Does this make you more creative? I'd argue no. However, what a good design process does is turn your creative light into a laser beam. So if life experience is your power and your creativity is your light, then professional experience is your torch to focus your creativity. This is something that took me a little while to build. I was in a full-time role for several years as an in-house designer. I feel I have always been really creative. My light has always been quite bright, but as a young designer, I was a little naive, suffering from lack of professional experience and guidance. For a long time, I was going nowhere. I applied for so many jobs, and I'll admit that the first couple of years were pretty tough. Interview after interview, I was always told they love what they saw, but I always missed out because I never had enough professional experience, or someone else had more experience than I did. Looking back on this now, I see that really they were telling me that I had a lot of creative potential, but they just weren't seeing good examples of how well I channeled my creativity appropriately. Now, I could have easily slipped through the net, given up, and been another designer with a degree who didn't work professionally. But I stayed hungry and determined to succeed. After a few years, I was able to build up my professional experience and got better at channeling my creativity into solutions clients were willing to hire me for. I was able to use my professional experience, my torch, to better focus my creativity. Then I went freelance, where I had lots of opportunities like working at over 40 different design studios, working with many senior designers and learning new ways of tackling projects. Here I had the opportunity to unleash my creativity to its fullest potential. Personally, I don't think I am any more or less creative today than I was, say, 10 years ago. But with time, determination, and professional experience, I have learned a lot to become more adept and proficient at channeling my creativity for appropriate solutions that clients want to pay me for. So if you are struggling with your creativity, perhaps the question you should ask yourself is not, how do I be more creative, but how do I focus my creativity? How much creativity do we really need anyway? It is not something that can be measured, but it is something that can be focused. So remember, life experience is power, creativity is your light, and professional experience is your torch. If you want your light to shine brighter, then get more life experience to power your light. And if you want to better focus your creativity, you should seek to gain more professional experience. If you are starting out, feel you're creative and you love it so much that you want a career that allows you to express your creativity and get paid for it, it can be tough at the start to acquire professional experience. Be patient and keep applying yourself. If you keep learning and practicing, in time you'll gain the professional experience that will help you channel your creativity and achieve your goals. Now, if you feel you are really creative but struggling with how to focus it, then try and improve on your design process. Remember, a combination of life experience and professional experience will help fuel your creativity. So what do you think? Do you believe more experience means you are more creative? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and if any of you have any other questions regarding design, be sure to pop them in the description or email me at creative@garethdavidstudio.com and I will look to get back to you with a thorough answer. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button as there will be more design Q&A videos like this in future. Until then, have fun guys, and I'll see you next time.